He was trying to get me to party with him and drink and all this other stuff. And once I started to be aware of his intentions and where he was going, I steered away from that, and I noticed that his actions started to change.
In today's video, we are shedding light on Emanza Gibson speaking out on Jason Derulo's harassment claims. Don't forget to subscribe to Stellar Fame and click on those notifications to stay updated. Emanza Gibson is a dynamic and multifaceted individual whose diverse talents and passions have shaped an impressive and impactful journey. With a background in both technology and the arts, Emanza seamlessly blends creativity and innovation. Jason Derulo is a renowned American singer, songwriter, and performer who has left an indelible mark on the music industry. Born on September 21, 1989, in Miami, Florida, he rose to fame with his infectious blend of pop, R&B, and dance music, with a string of chart-topping hits including What You Say, Talk Dirty, and Want to Want Me. Recently, Emanza Gibson has accused R&B star Jason Derulo of derailing her career after she rebuffed his sexual advances. She revealed that his complete denial of her allegations has left her feeling furious, traumatized, and overwhelmed with stress. Emanza Gibson, age 25, filed a lawsuit against the singer of What You Say in Los Angeles on Wednesday. In the legal filing, she claimed that Jason Derulo's behavior changed drastically after she refused to socialize or consume alcohol with him. She alleged that he frequently belittled her in front of a production staff and even aggressively confronted her in the presence of her mother, Sandra, aged 47. In a one-of-a-kind interview, Gibson, who also goes by Emanza Dylan, shared her excitement about TikTok sensation Derulo, 34, reaching out to her in August 2021. He had extended an offer for a solo record deal, a collaborative effort between his label, Future History, and Atlantic Records. The agreement entailed a collaboration with Derulo, along with a commitment to release a single within 4 months and an album within 6. However, according to Gibson, the situation took a negative turn when she informed him that she wouldn't compromise her principles for the sake of her music career. Ultimately, their interaction ended with Derulo cutting off contact, and her contract was terminated in September. "I've endured an immense amount of stress," she revealed. "I now require therapy, and I feel uncomfortable around men." Derulo, for his part, has vehemently denied all of Gibson's allegations, labeling them as untrue and hurtful. "I firmly oppose any kind of harassment, and I continue to support anyone pursuing their dreams," he stated in a video posted on his Instagram page. "I've always tried to lead a life that makes a positive impact, and that's why I find these damaging accusations deeply offensive," he expressed. However, in her interview, Gibson firmly asserted the veracity of the claims made in her lawsuit. "I feel intimidated," she stated. "I'm traumatized. I've been halted in my tracks. He's been able to pursue opportunities like appearing on The Voice, going on tour, and all the promises that were made to me. Everything I worked so tirelessly for has been taken away from me, and for him to go online and flatly deny everything?" She paused her sentence, trailing off. "I don't expect him to confess anything," she continued, "but one might hope that perhaps he would consider that there might have been a misunderstanding in something he did or said. He's not acknowledging that or taking any responsibility. There are numerous women out there with their own harrowing stories facing what I'm experiencing now. It's incredibly frightening to come forward, but I've reached my breaking point, and I'm exhausted. I've spent months in tears." With her legal action, Gibson contends that Derulo terminated her record deal because she declined his advances and resisted going out for drinks. She asserts that Derulo insisted on sexual favors in return for career advancement. As a reminder, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for even more celebrity news. In 2021, Derulo had been in a committed relationship with Jenna Frooms, with whom he shares a son named Jason King, born in May of that year. Their relationship came to an end just 4 months later in September, coinciding with Derulo's contact with Gibson, who at the time was a member of a girl group with her sisters called Ceraadi. Now Gibson expresses that she struggles to find the motivation to create music. "I feel completely disconnected from my songs because I fear they might be taken away from me," she shared with the public. Attorney Zambrano, who was present during the interview, suggested that if Derulo truly stood behind anyone pursuing their dreams, he should acknowledge the pain and distress he has caused Emanza and strive to become a better person. He should take offense to these allegations, just like everyone else, including his fans. Emanza is certainly offended by his dismissive stance, the attorney emphasized. The entire music industry is in need of a Me Too movement. This kind of behavior is widespread, but it takes courageous individuals like Emanza to step out of the shadows and share their stories, to finally put an end to this disgraceful conduct. Gibson was born in Iowa City, Iowa, to her mother Sandra and her father Roland, aged 49. She disclosed that Roland, whom she refers to as my biological father, was abusive towards both her and her mother. A review of court records in Iowa, where Roland resides, reveals an extensive criminal record dating back to 1993, including convictions for domestic abuse and loitering, as well as numerous speeding tickets. The 25-year-old daughter states that her father's behavior only heightened her determination to protect herself when she found herself in an uncomfortable situation with Derulo. She explained, "I have first-hand experience with abusive men and their patterns. My biological father was abusive, so I know exactly what that is like. I felt the same state of mind when he charged at me. No woman should ever feel like that. I felt incredibly unsafe, and one would assume that because my mom was present, he would not behave the way he did, but his actions went beyond all expectations." Emanza Gibson initially had positive impressions of her recording sessions with Jason Derulo when she signed with Future History and Atlantic. These sessions often stretched into late hours, ending as late as 2 a.m., with the start scheduled for 9 p.m. However, as their collaboration continued, Gibson alleges that Derulo persistently pressured her to join him at clubs after their work, offered her alcohol, and made cryptic references to goat skin and fish scales, which she found uncomfortable. She believed fish scales referred to cocaine, while goat skin implied rituals involving sex and goat sacrifices, possibly connected to Derulo's Caribbean heritage. Gibson's lawsuit claims these references, along with an incident involving an overly alcoholic cocktail, plus continuous pressure to socialize, constituted an explicit demand for sex in exchange for success. This made Gibson so uneasy that she started bringing her mother to recording sessions. In November of the same year, Gibson was summoned from Los Angeles to New York for a meeting she expected to be one-on-one, but turned out to include another woman named Rosa. Gibson claims Rosa implied that she was romantically involved with Derulo, leading to a heated confrontation when she questioned his involvement. Despite signing a deal at that meeting, Derulo failed to appoint a project manager or respond to her messages. In June 2022, during a meeting at Derulo's Malibu home, he berated her for budget inquiries, stating, "I can always get new records." The final straw came during a recording session when Gibson arrived late due to Los Angeles traffic. An angry Derulo confronted her in front of her mother, a videographer, and her engineer, leaving her shaken. Afterward, despite her efforts to report his behavior to executives and his manager, Gibson received no resolution. On September 6, 2022, Emanza Gibson was dropped by Atlantic and Future History, leaving her devastated and her career in ruins. She expressed her frustration, saying, "You have an artist with agreed-upon benchmarks and deadlines, which you, Derulo, committed to, but you're not even meeting those commitments. No one from Atlantic could even reach him." She couldn't understand why he had approached her for a signing, only to subject her to such challenges. She added, "Because I refused to have drinks with him or engage in certain activities, now my career has halted." The 25-year-old artist shared her disappointment that someone she initially saw as a mentor could treat her so poorly. She said, "I was initially excited. I saw him as a mentor, a successful artist whose footsteps I wanted to follow. I never imagined I'd experience this aggression and intimidation. Now it feels like a nightmare." If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and watch this one as well.